at the rhythm of the sun. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with
me? Good morning. Right on time. Welcome.
Right on
to
time.
the Throga channel.
And not massively delayed.
Are you really? Oh no.
I think so.
No, I'm able to see you on there. Yeah. So sorry about that. We had a bit of an issue connecting Johnny to the call. But as that was happening, I was scrolling through the chat, and we have an incredible group of people here. And not only do we discuss music, we are branching out. We are giving out recipes to an amazing marinade from Rick. I don't know how this conversation started, but the ingredients look fantastic.
Wow. I tried making a cake for Christy's birthday yesterday. It didn't go well.
No.
Yeah, I've never baked before. And, well, I can say that the edges of the cake turned out great. So that's what we ate.
There you go. It's just
the middle,
just the 1-inch peripheral space of cake.
There's just a big crater that fell through in the middle.
Well, thank God it's Filipino Friday. That's all I'm going to have to say about that. I know some of you have reached out and asked about our upcoming theme song. And because I was so anxious, I told you all we were going to give you a teaser of it today, but Johnny and I spent some quality time on it yesterday, and we've decided the best way to reveal this is in its full version. So we're going to wait till we hit the studio around Christmas when I'm up in New York. Johnny and I are both going to be singing it. It is amazing. I'm so proud of it. I can't wait for you all to hear it, but we're going to just press pause, be patient with us on that, and it's going to be super cool.
And answer a couple questions here. It was an ice cream bread cake. I mean, pretty easy. Just
basic.
Just a gallon of ice cream with flour and sprinkles, and put it in the oven for 40 minutes. And apparently that. But I think maybe the container that I put it in wasn't. But the container, I don't know what you call that.
Maybe that's the start of the issue. Identifying the correct pots and pans. Anyway, on to today. Yes, Joey and Johnny is in the house. What's even worse to make this whole Joey phenomenon taking place, because as you discovered what I was called as a child, in our upcoming 1OK Rock travel adventures that's going to be released on Tuesday coming up, I found a shirt.
Cake pan.
When I...
Cake pan.
Again, very complicated. I found a shirt of me working with my dad on the house, and it says Joey on it. I couldn't resist. It's part of the vlog. So, today, let's move forward onto some music. We have Dionela, Eraserheads, and Jaya. Brigitte is in the chat, so she's going to help us with our polls, as always, for our second song. The first song's already picked out. And we're going to start off today with Dionela, and it's Musika and Iris Melody. I don't know if there's a couple other singers in here. We'll have to figure it out as we go here. But before we begin.
Yeah, please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell if you haven't already. We really appreciate your support.
Yes, and
very
also,
much.
Please check out the link below where you can buy us a coffee and even become a Throwly member. Everybody's doing it these days. You can become a silver, gold, or diamond Throwly member for all sorts of added perks and cool stuff. New perks coming out soon. And be sure to check out Throga.com to learn more about your voice in the 7 dimensions of singing.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Let's go. Now, this was in the same setting we watched him before, the Cozy Cove, and we didn't have a transparency issue, so I'm gonna, whoops, apparently I'm gonna start it. I meant to do this. Here we go.
And I give up forever.
So interesting.
'Cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And
Thank
all
you, Agnes.
I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. 'Cause sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. Come on, sing with me. 1, 2, 3. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything is meant to be broken, see what? I just want you to know why. I just want you to know why. I just want you to know why. Ikaw lang ma.
Just a quick pause because we did hear him before. The
What's a medley?
voice.
Okay.
What's that?
Is this a medley?
I believe it is. Yeah. So this is a little bit
Okay.
longer. So I'm not going to pause it often. But just a something quick at the beginning. I'm hoping you guys can fill me in. So his name's Tim. Now we know that he's 25. The Band-Aid. I did see another image of him. It was a different color thing. Is that like a style thing, or does it symbolize something, or did he just break his nose for a period of time and wearing Band-Aids?
Maybe he snores.
Maybe, and
so
it's
one of
just he
those
forgot to
opening
take it
strips.
off. I don't know. Fill us in there. What? I can't think of any other word but interesting. The voice is just so unique, and which to me
It's
is
so
one of the
unique.
most valuable things in the music industry. Whether you like the tone of his voice or not is irrelevant.
Mhm.
If you can identify it, it's valuable. It's just kind of a truth in terms of artistry as a whole. But it just
I always
takes
thought
you-
that about Jay-Z. Going off that point, Jay-Z as a rapper.
You mentioned that once before. I don't think I could pick him out of a audio lineup. I don't.
That's shocking. That is shocking. No, I mean, he always comes to mind because when you look at his voice objectively, you're like, it's okay. It's got this like honky tone to it. It's sort of, but it's so him that 99.9% of the planet would know who he is. Everyone besides Richard.
Maybe. Maybe. But we hear that too with other artists that we've reacted to on the channel, of course, as well. But it's not just, oh, I know that voice, I like that voice. It's well, this is a different instrument. It's to that degree because he's got a quick vibrato, which many have. He uses vocal fry and conversational tones, plays with the vowels, just a little vowel modification here and there, all sorts of cool things that would make him kind of stand out from other singers anyway. But then the tone itself, it's just got, it's just, I'm trying to imitate it. I can't. It's the larynx sits up a little bit maybe, but there's no tension added to it. It doesn't feel like a high larynx. Go ahead.
It almost sounds manipulated in a sense, but when you hear him talk, it's not. It's part of his. It's definitely like his natural voice.
It's pretty wild. Okay. So let me play it through a little bit more here. I love the Cozy Cove mix and vibe too. By the way, this is a cool menu.
Mahal, laman ng tula, tunog ng gitara, himig ng kanta. Kumupas man ng tinig ay hindi mawawala. Hiwaga mong dala. Ikaw aking musika.
Where's the other Band-Aids too and other members? It must symbolize something.
Just feel every word. Listen carefully.
Yeah, his speaking tone has a little bit of a sits higher.
Araw na di na maalala ng iyong mata ang aking mukha. Mahal, wag kang mag-alala, tanda naman ng puso ang itsura ng naging pagsinta. Kung oras ay nababalik lang sana, ay babalik nung una kang nakita. Muli kang liligawan ng muli kong maranasan ang umibig sa anghel sa lupa.
The vulnerable conversational delivery is cool.
Ikaw lang mahal, laman ng tula, tunog ng gitara at himig ng kanta. Kumupas man ng tinig ay di mawawala, hiwaga mong dala. Ikaw aking musika. Second verse. Kung utak ay hindi na kayang gumawa ng melodiya para pisngi mo'y pumula, memorya ko man ay wala na, katatak na sa tadhanang minsan sa'yo'y namangha. Kung oras ay nababalik
really like his head voice.
Ay babalik nung una kang nakita, at aking iuulat sa iyong umabot ng walang hangganang storya nating dalawa. Ikaw lang mahal, laman ng tula, tunog ng gitara at himig ng kanta. Kumupas man ng tinig ay di mawawala, hiwaga mo dala. Ikaw aking musika, ikaw aking musika. So gusto ko bigyan ng isang malupit na realization. Alam kong alam nyo na to. So lahat tayo dito nag-effort to, alam mo yun, yung iba nag-commute, yung iba nag-drive papunta dito. At sana wag tayong uuwi na hindi tayo nag-enjoy lahat. Yeah? It's just music.
Cole's captions are not helping.
Kinoconnect nyo tayong lahat eh. Alam nyo yung feeling. Minsan merong thoughts, merong mga words na hindi natin kayang explain. Pero na-explain na music eh. So gusto kong gawing memorable tong gabi na to, hindi lang para sa akin, pati para sa lahat na nandito. At gusto ko na pag sinabing Dionela, ito yung maaalala nyo sa akin. At pwede bang pag kumanta ko ng isang note para maiba?
Got a very warm
You're gonna
smile.
repeat after me. Are you G, everyone? Let's go. Like this. La 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 la. Let's go. Wonderful. La 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 la. Let's go.
I love how fast the vibrato is.
I know.
And that kind of reflects the nervous system, by the way. I talk about vibrato sometimes on the show. The speed of the nervous system has a lot to do with how and which muscles you use to create vibrato. And that's why you have so many signature different speeds of vibrato. You know, like the classic Whitney Houston example of the jaw and you know, it's just kind of like uses it's larger muscles, so it's a little bit slower. When it goes that quick, it's likely very small muscles, the intrinsic muscles of the larynx that are adjusting quickly, because the jaw can't like I can't move that fast enough to emulate that speed, right?
Right.
So it's kind of built into what muscles are available to you while you're learning vibrato, and just kind of like the speed of which the muscles respond to your nervous system. It's a really fascinating conversation in and of itself, but I love those unique sounds because it just helps identify the artist even more. Mm-hmm. And the song's super vibey. I don't know if there's any belting or any show-off thing. It's just kind of sit back, chill, a little bit storytelling kind of built in so far.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those songs that I think the lyrics would be really helpful just because...
I'm trying. Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, that's not a knock on you. It's just because the melody isn't, he's not doing anything too extravagant yet. I feel like probably the meaning would
add some weight to it. Yeah. Either way, he's a good. It's just the vibe as an artist. He's got his own thing going on, which is cool.
Oh, he's definitely got his own thing going on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you, Brandon.
Laman ng tula, tunog ng gitara, ibig ng kanta. Kumupas man ang tinig ay di mawawala. Hiwaga mong dala, ikaw lang mahal. Laman ng tula, tunog ng gitara, ibig ng kanta. Kumupas man ang tinig ay di mawawala. Hiwaga mong dala. Ikaw aking musika. Ikaw aking musika. Ikaw aking musika. Ikaw lang mahal. Laman ng tula, tunog ng gitara at himig ng kanta. Maubos man ang tinig ay hindi mawawala. Hiwaga mong dala. Ikaw aking musika. Kasi ikaw aking musika. One more time, let's go. Ikaw aking musika. Kayo lang. 1, 2, 3. Oh, thank you so much, everyone.
He's got a likable quality.
That's Musika.
He really does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got that laid-back, free spirit thing going, which
yes,
I love.
for sure. And I'm assuming Brigitte has put a poll. Did you see the poll go up, Johnny, in the chat?
I did.
Thank you, Brigitte. I can't see that in the views that I have, so I just want to make sure that went up. And so your choices are Hoodie Swal. I'm saying it. Sihina Agaw.
Oh. I had to close out of it, so I don't see them anymore. But I'm assuming you're right on, though.
She's got us covered. And by the way, thank you, Chris, for your coffee. And Art just came in with try the Band-Aid thing. Richard and Johnny expecting this for the next TT. Just random Band-Aids, just on the forehead and whatnot. All right, so next up is we have Eraserheads. This is a band from a while ago, of my understanding. And we're going to check out the song called Fruitcake. And there'll be a new poll, which you guys can vote for. It's going to be Paraco with a smile, Ang Huling El Bimbo, and Overdrive. Your choices from there. These are suggestions from comments from previous TGIFFs. Let me bring in Fruitcake here.
Real quick, I have a question for Latte Lover. What time signature was that last song?
Ooh.
What was the time signature? Give Latte a second to answer, and if anybody else knows, you may chime in. I want to see how... We had a lesson together. I want to see how effective my teaching was. No pressure.
The answer's 3. Just a number.
All
right, so this is Eraserheads Fruitcake. This is from 13 years ago.
Close. It definitely has a 3/4 feel. It's actually 6/8. 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Very good.
Someone would argue it's the same.
It's not. I don't really know how it's not, but it's not.
Good. Well, I'm glad I didn't set you up and ask you what's the difference.
I think 6/8 has more of a 2 feel, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3/4 is like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Yeah, I mean there is a vibe difference. Yeah, I'm not sure how to define it.
Yeah.
All right, so Eraserheads, and then we've got Jaya after this, and then of course we're circling back to all of these artists, and we will have a one of our bonus videos at the end here too. So this is obviously a live performance. Fruitcake is the name of the song. I'm not a fan of the fruitcake. Johnny, maybe you should try fruitcake next time you cook. The ice cream thing didn't work out.
Seems like the logical next step, yes.
But let's see if the song has anything to do with actual fruitcake. I'm not... The call and response things in that pre-chorus or chorus just had a little bit of that old school kind of thing to it. The fact that it's literally about fruitcake... Well,
yeah.
I don't know how these themes happen. We started off with Rick giving us a marinade recipe. You start talking about cake, and now this is just...
Ice cream bread cake. Yeah, they're singing about my cake. Yeah, that's right. No, they actually kind of remind me of who's the band that does
Tangerine. Oh, who is that?
Tangerine. And then that band Ween. Just in the sense that they're kind of like tongue in cheek with what they're doing. Which I've always had an affinity for that type of music. I'd say it's a little bit lower on the totem pole for me, but I've always loved just not taking myself seriously. Yeah, like I did a joke album way back in the day with a friend of mine. Richard was part of that. I don't know that I want anybody to hear
I don't know if we're gonna ever reveal. Maybe that'll work its way into our show in the future.
Maybe.
Let's just say the name of the band in and of itself was Butterteat, just to give you an idea of the direction that goes in.
My friend came up with that years ago. Oh my god! But I just recording that album. I just recorded it on my little digital 8-track that I had in 2000. I laughed so hard making that, and it was the most fun recording process I've ever had. It was just so great.
All right,
Yellow Submarine. Yeah, and the Beatles did that too. Just very, they had their serious songs, but then they, do Yellow Submarine, or they do that. You ever heard that? You Know My Name, Look Up the Number. That song's just zany.
I'm not sure.
But they didn't. Yeah, they just joked around. They had a good time. What year is this?
Well, this was 13 years ago, 2009. Well, at least when this concert was, right? So I don't know what era they were like.
Were they a band in the 90s? Because that's definitely 90s-esque.
I feel like it is.
Yeah. But even the guitar tone, somebody mentioned that with that old school tone. That's that Telecaster, Fender's Telecaster going through, distorted, it just had that, like a Les Paul has a thicker distortion sound, a single coil pickup just has that thinner sound, so it's just a little bit more jangly, I guess. I don't know.
And for those of you who don't know, you don't have an electric guitar right there, do you? Within reach?
I don't.
It's a single coil.
Oh, wait, I do.
Let's show them.
Okay.
Let's show our friends who may not be familiar.
Yeah. Why don't you put the cat on? Because I have sweatpants on right now.
I think we all want to see the sweatpants. I gotcha. Actually, I only have Shirley Jones set up to take over the whole screen because it's just better when she takes over the whole thing. There's no technical difficulties. I think I need to put PJ or sweatpants difficulties as an option on our channel. All right, he's back. Here we go. All right, so you have, what is this? A Les Paul?
This is the guitar that I use. This is an Epiphone, which is it's basically a Les Paul. And this is a hollow body, so it's hollow. The body is hollow. So Les Pauls, the typical Les Pauls, they're just solid piece of wood. So this is hollowed out, so it has kind
There's
of
a different
affected sound.
sound to it, yeah.
Yep, and the pickups, this is what makes you be able to hear the strings. These are called humbuckers, so they're stacked single coil. They're two single coil pickups essentially, so it just gives them thicker sound.
Chris
So,
is misbehaving. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so so a Fender Stratocaster, which most people are familiar with, those have single coil pickups, so it's a thinner sound.
Yeah.
Not worse, it's just different, and it definitely has, depending on your intention of what kind of sound you want, you'll do that.
Yeah, and it's amazing what a difference just the pickups themselves do. You can have the same body guitar, and then you change just the pickups alone, sometimes just brand or whatever, and it just really alters the tone. There's a whole science and exploration behind that, all of that. So, okay, so
yes,
we are moving forward. We have, I don't know where you guys are at on that vote. I can't see it. But next up is Jaya. Oh, with a smile won the next one. Thank you, Brigate. See that? So it's Showtime with the Soul Queen here, and also with Eric Santos and Yeng. I don't know if have we heard Yeng before? Yeng. I don't have a last name right in front of me. Maybe I have.
Not
it
sure.
down here. Yeng Constantino. I was trying to do a Tagalog
Istanbul,
version of
Constantino.
it. Constantino. All right. This is ABC, so I'm definitely going to have to set up the transparency. Sorry about that, guys. We've so many copyright problems. And let's check this out. And there is a new poll going up. It includes Wala na bang Pag-ibig, Hanggang dito na lang, If You Leave Me Now, and Fall in Love Again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. And that type of microphone, what is that? Is that a 58 or something like that? Sure. I'm only seeing part of it now. No, it's not a 58.
Looks like a Shure.
Yeah, but it's Shure mic.
It's the wireless version. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not designed to pick up distant sounds. They're just not. I mean, you have to be on them. It's like it's the same volume when her hand's out like 2 feet down. Just so much projection.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just like guitars and pickups, there's a spectrum of things that go into making the sound, and
yes,
and Shure is kind of, that's middle of the road. It's definitely standard.
Yeah,
Shure microphone.
It's functional.
It's not one of the higher end ones for live, but again, when you have an amazing voice, you tend to transcend all that stuff.
You can give her an Fisher Price Elmo microphone, and it's just gonna
still make it sound good. Yeah.
Eric's got. So I'll back it up for a second. Eric's got this just a smooth tone, as many great male Filipino singers that we've seen. Just there's something a little more velvety about his tone, and she, up to this point, and just into the last like 3 seconds, like it's just got a little bit of a lid on it, and then when she just like literally opens, just like there's just like. It's just like hitting the gas pedal. It's like, whoa. We went from Suzuki to Harley, like real fast.
Yeah.
Just the overtones that she has along with it. But it matches nicely with what, Eric's doing too, with the velvety sound underneath. So it's kind of a cool combination.
Yes.
So
and somebody mentioned, and I don't, it's probably a sensitive subject to broach, but somebody said that she might be pregnant. I don't want to assume anything. I can't really see.
Does she have kids?
I don't know. But I guess my question would be, just in general, whether she is or not, how does one sing? How does one do anything when carrying a human in their belly? Maybe we're not the best people to answer that, but I'm just wondering, like, just with the diaphragm.
I don't have personal experience. However, yes, there's 3 major issues here. So one is the diaphragmatic breathing, which is the inhalation process. So when someone is pregnant, again, not assuming that she is or was at this time, but
right.
There's less space. The womb is full. Everything's kind of pushed up. So the diaphragm, which sits up pretty high, right under the 12th rib, the rib cage, it needs to come down to pull on the lungs. That creates the vacuum for quality inhalation. If that can't come down, you're stuck with the other 40% of your lung capacity to try to organize things. So there's that factor. The other thing is, of course, the hormonal shifts are just all over the place. It's usually the second trimester that women sing really well in terms of just everything stretchy. Like there's more fluid distribution in literal elasticity of the vocal folds. Unless they're dealing with morning sickness, then kind of does the opposite effect. Because if you're dealing with like any fumes or anything like that from the stomach acid, that can wreak havoc. So it's a really complicated thing. And then you throw in just sleep and eating behavior changes. All those things completely can inhibit or modify how you use your voice. So
we need the female buddy to answer
I know.
this.
I just saw Jim. We need the female buddy to answer this. That actually is an option. We're not going to do that today. Maybe I don't even have my phone with me to hook up on that. However, there is a female version of Buddy, so maybe we can break that out sometime. In the meantime, let's keep singing here.
Yeah.
About her just has like that, all those soulful runs and lifts dynamically and everything. And Yeng did. She had some cool moments in that too, just kind of jumping out like those powerhouse moments. But when you're standing next to Jaya, Lonnie, Regine, it's just like you're gonna go for it. You have to. If you want to be heard, you have to keep up, right?
Yeah, it was definitely borderline too much at times.
There was a couple runs there where it's got a little messy.
It was too much going on. But yeah, if I was in her position, I'd probably want to bring it to.
It's one of two: either bow in the corner or go for it.
Go for it. Yep.
Oh my goodness! All right, so we are circling back to Dionela, and we had coffees come in too, Johnny.
Yeah, real quick. Yes, I'd like to thank you guys so much. So we got Chris, Art, who didn't use another name today, which is odd. He always uses an alias.
Which means maybe it's not Art. Maybe it's somebody else posing to be Art.
Oh, wow. Didn't think of that. Thank you, whoever you are. I got Francesca, who just left. Thank you so much. And then Mylu. Hello, Mylu.
With your 10 coffees, Mylu, you're awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. 10 coffees. Amazing.
Remember how the first 2 months we called her Milo Angelo? Because we didn't know how to say that name.
Maya Angelou, yeah. Maya Angelou, yes.
All right, here we go. So we have a wish bus. We should be able to.
Maybe it's not Art.
All right, so this is Dionela performs Agaw. We've heard this song before, correct? I'm pretty sure we have. If you can, the title's very familiar. If you guys can remind us, that would be awesome. So, by the way, someone is asking, did you check out Juan Carlos? No, we haven't. But guess who's on next week? Juan Carlos.
Ooh.
With 2 others.
No way. What?
Yes. We'll get to the other 2 a little bit later, but right now, back to Dionela. Let's go.
Oh, there's 2 Mylus. Yeah, but
wait,
I think it's the Mylu Aguilar is the one that I thought was Maya Angelou.
It's the AG at a quick read.
Yes, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, she's saying it's not you. Well, so not you.
Well, it is you now, I guess.
Can we just go back about 3 minutes and pretend we didn't say that?
Oh God!
Either way, we love you, and thank you for being in the chat and your support as always. No confusion as to who's singing.
Wish 1075.
Pagmamahal ko pa isa diyang kapos.
Thank you for joining us, Joy.
Sumabay ka sa aking pag-agos.
We have clarification.
Nga lang na sa kabilak ang ilog. Pwedeng bago siya lumisan. Pakiusap ko sana'y pakinggan. Oo na, kayo na. Huwag mo nang ipamuka.
No subtitles. Sorry, Janet.
Wala rin kahit may bakod. Kung siya naman ay laging pasugod. Pilitin mang tumalikod. Anino nyo ang laging kasunod.
Sensitivity here.
Pwedeng bago siya lumisan. Pakiusap ko sana'y pakinggan. Oo na, kayo na. Huwag mo nang ipamuka na naagaw mo siya. Mahirap nang tayong dalawa, kaya sa'yo na lang siya.
Sorry, I was going to pause because it seemed like a good spot, but then it was also, I appreciated the space they just put there too. It's like a really well, like, paced piece of music where you just kind of like breathe in what you just heard, even though we don't understand the lyrics here.
Right.
I didn't catch if one of you filled us in on that. I'm sorry, I missed it. But there's a sensitivity, vulnerability. He's bringing more to this piece than the last one. It feels a little more intimate. Again, we're not hearing the belting thing, and I know that gets requested a lot on Filipino Fridays because it's just like it's jaw dropping, right? When you hear it, we're just like right. But the artistry in him is fantastic. He's got he knows his lane, he knows his voice, and he's just telling the story filtered through his mind, through his voice, and his life experience, and that's what art's all about. So I can genuinely appreciate what he's doing here. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's definitely got a cool thing going on.
And someone asked, I just want to answer before I forgot. I missed the question. It's in here somewhere. Well, first of all, Vladimir followed you yesterday in all the videos in 24 hours, Filipino artists. Kudos to you.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us.
Holy
That's
moly.
what I did with The Godfather when I first discovered the movie. I started with one.
Okay.
I can't stop.
Yeah. Richard's like, I don't know about The Godfather. I feel like it's overrated. Then he started watching the first one, and then he watched all three, which are 3-hour films, all in one day.
Go. I had to.
Thing.
But I want someone asked about Regina Velasquez. And hold on a second. And I just want to answer that. So yes, we are due to Reaction Wednesday for Regine. I said Regina. Sorry, Regine. On November 6th. So not next week, but the one after. So
awesome.
What did Latte put? I missed it.
Oh, she says, Johnny, next time quiz me on parallel harmonic and melodic minor scales. Oh, I will. Don't you worry. I'm going to quiz you every time from now on, I think.
Please don't include me in that.
No, she's taking a theory class, so I want to put her to the test. So.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let's watch the rest of this here.
Di na ako magpapakita. Doon ka na lang kung saan ka masaya. Unti na lang at manhid na. Kaya't sakit ay dagdagan mo pa. Di na ako magpapakita. Dun ka na lang kung saan ka masaya. Unti na lang at manhid na. Kaya't sakit ay dagdagan mo pa. Dagdagan mo pa.
He's dialed in on the lyrics here.
Kulang pa ba? Minahal naman kita. Kasabay ng iyong pag-alisan. Paalam ko sana'y pakinggan na oo na, kayo na. Huwag mo nang ipamuka na inagaw mo siya.
Wishclusive on Wish 107.5.
Obviously a very sensitive song, the storytelling. So we missed out on the lyrics there, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the closed captions there. I still feel like we've heard elements of that song before, but when he sings it, if we did hear it, like I'm not reminded.
I feel like the last song kind of had the similar, like, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
Sort of the three note. And again, I think, I mean, I love his tone so much, and I don't, you know, people that know me know I don't require a big range in songs, but I feel like with him, there's that potential to just blow the roof off a little bit more.
I agree.
Just to be a little bit more reckless, because I mean, it's just, how can it not? I don't know.
Well, yeah, because he went into head voice, which sounded really nice. And I feel like there's maybe some missed opportunities, but you know, I don't know the guy, so I don't know where he's at with that. But
yeah,
I feel like there could be like some more risk taking in there too. I would have liked to.
Yeah, and there might be.
Just maybe not in the
we
pieces we heard. Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that I would love to hear from him, because the tone is so unique. And I would love
exactly.
I would just love to work with somebody like that as a songwriter, because a tone like that can just transform any song.
Right.
But just being a reactor on a channel, I'd love to just see where, like, how far you can be pushed.
I agree, and I also wanted to comment, especially on the intimate aspect of the song we just heard. That quick vibrato gives it like a sense of urgency with it too. Like I just like that quality built in with it, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I see you guys are asking for Arthur Neary. We are going to circle back to Arthur. We have reacted to him a while ago. That was on the Wish Bus. That was a Reaction Wednesday many months ago. So we do plan on circling back.
Or yesterday, if you're one of those people that watch all our videos in one day.
Yes, you just saw it yesterday. And that also means that you heard me cry multiple times, 24 hours of that. So sorry about that. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? Tell me, please.
Who cares? Because you're singing it.
We're
now.
singing a song. All right, let's
so
just move on to
better
Eraserheads. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, I was going to say, please put your request in the comments below as we get. But Agite has said in the chat as well. In the chat, it does get lost. So if you put it in the comments, that's kind of where we tally up this is being requested for the most. Speaking of, I'm going to let you guys in on who's coming out next week. In terms of our most requested is Juan Carlos, Angeline Quinto, and I believe this is a band called The Dawn. Those are the three most requested. We're doing all three next week. Keep those comments and requests coming in. We have many more to get to. And by the way, November, we have a little bit of a theme going on. New Music November. We're going to try to hit mostly all new artists, like 75%. I'm sure there's some duets may sneak in. Maury. But if that happens, great. If not, that's also acceptable, although potentially sad. Johnny's also going to be on vacation in November, so we have a couple special guests coming as well. I'm very excited about that. I will miss you, Johnny, but also, dude, you're going to Hawaii. You're halfway to Philippines. Why are you going all the way?
I didn't even know that. Yeah, missed opportunities.
That's in a few weeks from now, but we'll fill you in as we get closer to the dates there. But all right, so back to Eraserheads.
Awesome.
Well, this is With a Smile. Of just a reminder as to, this is, you could jump in on this, please, Johnny, in terms of a songwriter. It's not a show-off voice, right? There's not a big range that he's utilizing, and he's in and out of tune, a little sharp, a little flat, just kind of thing. No one cares, because if it's a great song and it hit like the pulse of what was happening culturally, musically at the time that it came out, things like that, brings in a lot of value, even without like a show-off range or anything like that.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's not even about a great song. It's just if a band has a vibe. You know?
I mean, I think of like going back to comparing to the Beatles, right? So Paul obviously has
Paul from the Beatles
Paul from the Beatles has showed off many times in terms of range. You get into like to the Hey Jude and things like that, just some cool stuff. Like John, his range was pretty safe, right? But just great songs, great storytelling. And that's a big part of music. It's not all about having a killer voice. Yeah,
absolutely. Like I said, sometimes it's just like a band like Fish or something. I mean, or the Grateful Dead. Those are more. What would you call that?
I know both of they're like jam bands or something, right? But I'm
jam bands. Yeah, they're jam bandy. Neither band has a great vocalist, and the songs are to me whatever. But they're just fun. It's just like they cultivated this thing, that people just love. Just this feeling and this something about them personally. But going on this song, there is some cool stuff.
Exactly.
Theoretically. So
there's some going into the chorus, right? There was something kind of cool happening?
So the chorus is in G flat, so I think the whole song is it goes to A flat. Flat.
That's cool.
Sorry. So, but what's cool?
Not as out of tune as theirs was.
Yeah, I did it on purpose.
There you go.
As respect. Okay. So yeah, it goes up that minor third, which people that watch the show know that a minor third is a great place to modulate if you want to. So.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then the way it resolves to get back into your original key, which is always a tricky thing. Okay, it goes to that C sharp.
Gives it like a suspenseful sensation there.
Yeah. So that C sharp chord in context of the key of A. That's the third.
Right.
Okay. But which leads to that's the fifth of that F sharp. So it's
it gives a feeling of landing or resolve in that moment.
Sometimes it's a scary thing to modulate because you're like, okay, how do I get back? How do I get back in a natural sounding way?
This is something that I've learned from Johnny and have become grossly codependent on Johnny, even when we're working on our new theme song for Filipino Fridays. Which is done.
Modulation, by the way.
If you just joined, there is a modulation.
There's two modulations.
There had to be. That was necessary. It's kind of inspired from Ryan Kiabyab's song. It's just like it's like slightly Latin, but island, but it just has like some of those kind of fun factors in it. But my point is that I came to Johnny with the idea with 3 verses and 2 choruses and pre-chorus. Just like excess. Johnny's like, okay, I like where you're headed. maybe we don't need this half of the song, and it's just having
cut out a good.
I take a lot of risks, and then I'll sing to him a line that I'm looking for. He's yes, but maybe we could do it in time. He's very gentle with me, and it finds a way to corral a lot of risk taking into something that is has a more pop sensibility kind of thing. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear the collaboration. That's why we work well together.
It's kind of always been our dynamic. Yeah,
it really just Johnny just reeling me in.
All
right, let's keep hearing this song here. Oh, let me put the video in. Oh, we had a couple coffees too, Johnny, real quick. Let me put the video in.
We did. Yeah, thank you too. So me only Francie Pants. I like that. And
thank you so much.
Of course. Yep.
Thank you, Latte.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I feel like it was part of my musical maturity growing up was embracing a looser style of music, because I always had this thing, we're kind of the same way. We love, we just have such an appreciation for people that have achieved that perfection in their art, just the skill set, just reaching just the highest point, and I started playing in other bands and, and basically the guy in the band telling me, all right, be loose, like be punk, it's like, and actually glorifying people that couldn't play their instruments in some way, but they just had a certain vibe, like, if they sang off tune or the guitar player was just really, he kind of fluctuated timing wise, and, and at first I was just like, why would I like this? But then as I went along, it's like, there is something about that
vibe,
it's, yeah. And it depending on what type of music you're listening to and you like, sometimes that's what you want that. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes you want the perfection, and sometimes you want a mixture of both, which I've kind of incorporated into my playing now, because I always used to be like, just right on. And it's like, no, it's actually kind of cool, especially in the context when you start layering instruments.
Yeah.
When the way that I do it in the studio, it's like I usually play most of the instruments, and so you don't have that live feel. So sometimes I purposely loosen it up a little bit, because when you add all those elements together, it creates something magical, as opposed to everything just being locked down.
Exactly. And it becomes stiff almost. And it's all subconscious response emotionally. You might not recognize it as that, but you definitely, it's a feel factor for sure.
Right. So bands like this, I really like, because they just, it's a different thing. It's, they're just up there,
total
like
separation,
chilling out, and they're, it's like, whatever, if it's a little out of tune, whatever, if the timing strays a little bit, it's a
because
feeling.
they're owning to what they're all about, what their purpose is. Right. And then going to feel factor with Jaya here, up next, it's just like the same thing in terms of, obviously it's far more impressive skillfully vocally than what we just heard. However, she definitely, that's the whole soul factor that she's known for, is that ability to kind of float in timing, bend into notes very purposefully. Just there's different ways to express those dynamics.
Yeah.
In different styles.
No, but I would have never thought like a band like the Sex Pistols or something. I'd be like, I'm not going to listen to them. But then I started listening to them, and literally the bass player, Sid Vicious, couldn't play at all.
Yeah, didn't he play with like two strings? Like that, like
something. I don't know. He just.
I still haven't. I don't listen to them at all. I could not get into them.
He's on a lot of drugs. But yeah, but just like, okay.
Both those bands are on our list. They are on our list. We need more votes for them if you guys want us to check them out. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. I
you were done.
My point.
Yeah, all right. I interrupted. I saw someone in the vein of hard rock or metal bands were recommended, and I stopped listening to you and paid attention to them. It happens.
It happens a lot.
It happens.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Yes. Well, yeah. Anyway.
Take my word. It was what I said.
We're just going to move on. We don't need more examples. All right, so we're moving on to Wala Nabang Pag-ibig. Pag-ibig? Did I say all that right? What does this mean? I do not have closed captions on this either. Well, let me see. They have, what is, at least if someone can translate, it's an acoustic version. If you can translate the meaning of the song, that would be super cool. All right, here we go. And again, all of those
Magnus.
suggestions, make sure you leave after the live stream's done. Go to the comments and leave them there. We do not look at the chat in terms of that because it's too much to scroll and see who wrote what or if they repeated themselves, etc. So, all right, here we go. Artist Lab. Is there no love anymore? Assuming that's a translation. Thank you, Justine.
That's nice.
Makakaya ko ba kung mawawala ka sa'king piling? Paano ba aaminin? Halik at yakap mo ay di ko na kayang isipin. Kung may paglalambing pa, wala ka na sa aking tabi. Tunay na di magbabalik ang dating pagmamahalan, pagsusuyuan at tuluyan bang hahayaan? Wala na bang pag-ibig sa puso mo at di mo na kailangan ang pag-ibig natin?
She uses her obiculars, oris, levator, and buccinator muscles very well. As you can see in this section right here, you see like the lips just kind of, she's like bending the vowel. There's these, when you manipulate the muscles around your lips, the expression muscles, they highlight ever so slightly certain overtones. It's not just changing the core formant, meaning the vowel shape, but just there's this little manipulation that just gives it like a flavor that's so subtle. I think she does it so well. You can actually see her doing it in this moment right here. You see just like just these little.
Walang hanggang paano kaya ang bawat nagdaan? Makakaya ko ba kung tuluyang ika'y wala na?
Thank you, Joy.
At di na makikita paano ang gabi kapag ika'y naalala. Saan ako pupunta pa? Wala ka na sa aking tabi. Tunay na di magbabalik ang dating pagmamahalan, pagsusuyuan at tuluyan bang hahayaan? Wala namang pag-ibig sa puso ko at di mo na kailangan ang pag-ibig na dati nagdaan.
Well,
Nice.
to keep in theme with today's baking, that was delicious. And it was just
That was
just
delicious.
her when she has these moments, right? When she has like those. Hold on, where is it?
Wala na bang pag-ibig sa
Then-
puso mo at di mo na
Oh, intentional break there.
kailangan ang pag-ibig
Yeah,
na
oh.
Yeah. Got either.
Oh man, it just comes in with just such a wonderful quality in terms of just it's like pushed, but it's like connected to the lyrics from what you guys are describing, that the overall feeling of the song.
Right.
Just has such a cool just tonal delivery and her connection, you know, and it's interesting because obviously I don't know all the lyrics as it's going. You guys helped me out with the overall intention of the song, but watching her facial expressions, you could just see her connection, which just has like this sympathetic, empathetic power along with it. And then just to throw out those E5s was just great power, clear tone, and then circles back down.
Yeah.
Great singer.
Again, she's just got such a great natural voice, which anybody that watches the show knows that I like that. I like I like that throwback. I mean, I like the newer modern approaches too, which I feel like that's, you know, the newer generations. I mean, everything has a little bit of a stylized thing on it because you kind of have to. I mean, part of it's just, you know, your influences maybe, but also
Right.
just it's like, you know, doing something different and continuing to evolve. But I like the old school approach where it's more of a natural delivery, right? You know, I mean, if that makes any sense to people out
It
there.
does, yeah.
And it's just lacking, you know, there's no pretense. It's just like, this is my tone, and it's not overly stylized. And I just really like that. I like how natural it is.
I agree. Okay, so I'm going to transition into we have lots of suggestions for just songs to hear as bonus. I think I'm going to do a couple here because we have time for one. This one's relatively short. This one is, it's on Facebook. I'm going to make sure I can get the sound to play through. Nope. Just took over my whole screen. All right, this is I'm gonna get there. Bumbarong Hindi Langpang Sunog. Am I close? I mean, I know I'm getting a little better, and I appreciate your encouragement, by the way. I see in the chat that I'm getting better. This one's throwing me for a loop. It is Firefighters singing, and it's just a 1.5-minute clip. Let's check this one out.
Okay.
Turn the volume on. Are you able to hear this? Wait, I can't hear it.
There we go.
No.
Is that real?
Are they lip syncing to a?
Yeah, wow.
Ding dong,
I literally thought that was fake. Like,
I know.
I thought that was a professionally in-studio recording when it started, and they're all just like, hey, let's pretend we're singing like the Christmas, which would make no sense to actually do that.
Yeah, the acoustics in that room, it's got a big hall sound. I mean, that looks like just a room.
so Bumbarong, that means firefighter, it looks like. This is beginning. You know, we've joked around a few times suggesting that there's 95% of the Filipinos are just great singers, right? And then there's just the 5% that maybe don't have the gift. Apparently none of them fight fires. That the 5% don't fight fires is based on this little example.
I mean, when you have a whole fire department that's able to sing, I mean, that's not normal. We don't have any fire departments like that around here. And then we saw that video a couple
firemen,
weeks ago
not just for firefighting, also for singing. Oh my goodness!
And then the video the other week with the prison guards, just like
policemen, yeah.
Oh, the policemen. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was so good.
Yeah. It's like maybe that's part of you have to have that on your resume to get any job. It's just like, do you sing well? No, sorry. Have to look elsewhere.
It has nothing to do with what we need you for, but you're not going to fit in here. Speaking of,
you're not going to fit in.
Here is a nurse, another profession, singing "Rise Up." Let's another required. Must be on your resume. I feel like that's listed first before your medical degree. Can sing "Rise Up" well. Then also.
Gemelli, I belong to the 5%, but I have 10-piece for karaoke. Okay.
My heart goes to you. I am also in the 5%. You're not alone.
Yep. We're gonna like I said, we're gonna start a support group for the people of the Philippines that can't sing. It's gonna be a small group, but it'll be very
loving.
We support you. Yeah.
All right, let's see what this one's about here.
Mountains
Definitely has a more set style mixed in. Oh. You know, like, I wouldn't need the drugs. Just sing. It's like an off-brand of morphine. It's like
that's where we got that.
If Maury's not available, just bring in the nurse. Oh my God.
Yeah. I was gonna say I would argue that that's more healing than most of the medications that they.
No kidding.
They give out. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and somebody mentioned this too, and I was thinking this, and I always think this: the ability of Filipino singers to perform songs in any language, especially English. I mean, more than any other place. I just feel like you'd think that they were all fluent, and I know it's definitely like a big part
mixed
of the language
in.
too,
Yeah,
like,
it's.
But still, like you listen to a Filipino talk, and it's like it's not necessarily fluent, but when they sing, it's just. Wow.
We saw with
like,
Gigi is a great example of that, right? Because when she's speaking, you can hear the accent, and then she sounds like just flawless English when she's covering an English song. Yeah.
Yeah. That's incredible. Yeah. I mean, what we just saw is incredible. That's
just like drinking it in. Oh my God.
Yeah. And apparently, there's more than 5% that can't do that. I think it's more like 6%.
5.5.
Again, we're sorry. 5.5. Well,
our hearts go out to you.
We give you a big hug because, man, you are on the fringe, my friends.
So when we visit the Philippines, should we get a boo-boo? We'll just make sure we go to the hospital, and we don't need any medicine. Can you just have it? Is there any nurses available to sing to us? And we'll be
yeah, well, you can get the boo-boo. I'll just go to the bar or the mall.
I know, right? It's all the same thing. You'll get great singers no matter where you go, which is crazy.
I know.
By the way, just to throw out there, Johnny and I do, at some point, we genuinely want to visit the Philippines. We've got some comments asking if it's something we would really consider doing, and the answer is yes. I mean, there's no question we want to visit Manila in the least, but to explore the culture, things like that. Just throwing it out there. If anybody out there is, has in a position with a business or knows of somebody that might be able to sponsor a trip such as that, plane tickets are always the biggest thing. Let us know. Contact us. We're happy to not just take a favor, but promote what we can. We have a pretty good reach at this point on this channel. Relatively small, obviously. It's a humble, but we would embrace a sponsor and do whatever we can to help advertise them to make something like that happen. So just planting the seed out there. Hopefully we get to experience something like this in person at some point. Would be absolutely amazing.
Be a dream come true.
Yes. So moving on to the rest of our day. I hope you all have an amazing
we got another one
weekend. Wasn't trying to psych you out. Next week,
set that up.
Our most requested again is Angeline Quinto, Juan Carlos, and The Dawn is next week. If you have Gordon, thank you so much. Other requests, please put them in the comments after this live stream so we can check those out. We're going to feature as many new artists as we can during the month of New Music November. That is it for today. We love you all. Bye for now.
See you guys.